Well, here we are. How y'all doing out there? This is Pete. We're over at we're in Texas right now. We're at a rest area somewhere on 287, heading to Dallas, Texas. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't want to go to Dallas. I did not want to go on this trip. Uh, this traveling situation, it is costing me a lot of money. Okay. Now, I'm not going to bitch and complain about delivering this stuff that I'm making. Let's say, I delivered Nitpick Norm's car, and they paid me for the gas money. I'm delivering the Etzel desk. I'm taking the Etzel desk over to Mr. Majestic. He's going to pay me gas money. But every time I get in my truck and I deliver something, I'm putting wear and tear on my vehicle. This is the last time. This is it. It's over. Okay? I'm not doing it anymore. And, gas money isn't enough. I'm going to tell you that right now. It's taken me a minimum of 3 days. 3 days to deliver this shit. And it could take up to 5 days. But I'm not doing it anymore. All right? I got to stop after I deliver the desk, the Etzel desk. I got to go to a tire shop, and I got to buy 2 tires. I got to get 2 tires for my trailer. That's $200. I mean, the tires are costing me more money than gas money. Okay. So, Mr. Nice Guy, it's over. Mr. Nice Guy's done as far as, being a delivery service. There's a company called uship.com. That's a U, okay? The letter U and then ship.com. Get on there and, see how much it's going to cost to have them deliver, this Etzel desk. And then if you want me to do it, that's how much I'll do it for. Does that make sense? I'm too nice. I'm too nice of a person is what I am. And that's one of the reasons I'm broke. Have you ever heard the old saying, nice guys finish last? Have you ever heard that? One of the reasons they say that is because when you're a nice guy, and I want to say hi to everybody out there. I see the comments flashing by, and it's really hard to read these comments on this phone. So, I don't like doing live videos. I'm going to be honest with you. I just don't like doing it. But I do them. And, I appreciate everybody getting on here, and I appreciate everybody, scrolling through the comments. But if I can't read the comments back to you or answer questions, I'm sorry that, I can't do that. But I do want to say thank you very much for watching. Leave a comment on this video. I want to know what you think about this free delivery shit. I want to ask you a question. What do you think about Mr. Nice Guy? What do you think about that? They say Mr. Nice Guy finishes last. And let me tell you how it is. Mr. Nice Guy doesn't just finish last. Mr. Nice Guy is always broke. Mr. Nice Guy barely is paying his bills. Mr. Nice Guy, okay, is giving free labor away. Mr. Nice Guy is charging you $2,000 for a $10,000 paint job and losing his ass. That's Mr. Nice Guy. All right. A lot of people say that I'm loud and I'm rude and I'm obnoxious and you know, and I don't know how you're in business and all. You know, I get comments of these lame brain idiots. They watch one video and they'll say, this guy's a piece of shit. He doesn't know what he's talking about. He's the stupidest thing that I've ever seen on YouTube. And I sit there and I laugh. I laugh at them. I laugh at them because they're the dumbasses, okay? They're the stupid asses. And they're the ones that don't know their head from their ass, okay? But, you know, that's another day and another story. I'm over here at the rest area. It's called Safety Rest Area. On my way back to Moab last time, I was going to make a truck stop video. I was going to get up on here. I was going to do a little chit chat like we're doing now. And I got out there in the middle of nowhere after it got dark, and it finally hit to me I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that because there's only one rest area between Albuquerque and Moab, Utah, and it's in Moab, Utah, about 15 miles, 20 miles before my house. So I couldn't do that. I turned the radio on, something that I normally don't do when I'm driving. I turned AM radio on just to kind of, you know, see what was going on and what they're talking about. And I thought I was going to get on there and they were going to be talking about how Trump is trying to get the presidency back. And you know, Georgia, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and some other states, how crooked and you know, all this. I thought that's what I was going to be listening to. But instead, I was wrong. There wasn't nothing on there about Trump. I'm going to bring up some politics here, so if you don't want to listen in, you know, now's the time to leave. This is about AM radio. Because a lot of people listen to AM radio, and, you know, this is part of the news media. And we all know what the news media is. And I've known that all my life, okay? This isn't new to me in the last 4 years that news media is a joke. I've known this for many, many years, and I've never watched the news. I don't even listen to the radio, but I decided to turn it on today. And the only thing that they talked about besides Biden, okay, Uncle Joe, I did hear a little skit how Uncle Joe is going to have the best cabinet, the best presidency cabinet in the whole world, because it's going to be made up of every race, color, and creed. It's going to be made up of every race and color. It's not going to be made up of just one race. There's going to be foreigners. There's going to be Chinese people in it. There's going to be Israelis, you know, Middle Easterns, everybody. All right, it's going to be a mixture of everybody in his cabinet. That's going to be. I also heard that his Secretary of Defense. Okay, now, you know, help me out here, people, okay? Secretary of Defense is part of the U.S. military. And the leader of the Secretary of Defense is actually a leader, okay, a highly sophisticated, qualified leader of the United States Armed Forces. Well, not according to... Hold on, what's this guy doing? Hang on a second. Keep on going, motherfucker. Got some fucking clown act in a fucking truck over here checking it out. I don't know what his fucking deal is. Probably got some lot lizard bitch in the truck with him. I would say that's exactly what's going on. Let's take a look at this action and see what's up. Hang on 1 second. We got some clown act out there. Okay, we got some clown act out here in an old ratty pickup truck. I don't know if you can see what's going on, but he's like fucking checking shit out. And he came by my truck going real super slow and shit. And then when he saw that I was awake, he decided to keep on rolling. So he's doing something over there with them 18-wheelers. I don't know what he's doing, but checking it out real heavy. So is everybody there? Can y'all hear me? Can you relate to what's going on here? I'm gonna put the phone back over here, and I'm gonna tell you the situation. So I get on this AM radio, and like I said, I normally don't get on the radio because it's just depressing, depleted, disgusting news. Whether it's about Trump, whether it's about Democrats, whether it's about whoever the hell it's about, or what it's about, it's just depressing and disgusting. You know, whatever happened to the news, you know, Aunt Judy baked 47 pies and gave them away at Thanksgiving. She's a hero of Thanksgiving Day. Whatever happened to that kind of news, you know? I don't know. So anyway, I turn the radio on and I'm flipping through the channels, and you know, the first thing that I hear is Uncle Joe, and he's telling the world that his cabinet is going to be made up of all races, creeds, and genders. Did I just say genders? So we really got a bowl of Fruit Loops going on here, and I'm going to tell you something, people. You better be sitting down, you better put your seatbelt on, you better brace yourself, because shit is going to hit the fan and it's going to start changing. So after that little story, I didn't even listen to the whole thing. I flipped through it. Every channel I got on, every single channel, all they were talking about is COVID-19. That's it. That's all they were talking about. They said that over 250 million, was it 250,000 people have died from it in California. There was one story I was listening to. They said that 9,000 people an hour is being diagnosed with it right now as you and me sit here. 9,000 people every hour. And that was in one state. I went through New Mexico, and they got their state on lockdown almost. They're closing all the stores early. They are, I went through one town, and it's like they pulled me over and said, "Where are you going? What are you doing? I'm traveling. Don't get out of your vehicle. Do not stop. Keep going. Blah, blah, blah." Okay? You know? I got my mask. Look, here's my mask. You see it? It's on. So, everything that I heard on the news was about this COVID-19. This one guy, radio host dude, I don't know who it is, you know, all these radio hosts, they're just as bad as CNN and all the other news channels. These guys are just bad. I'm going to go ahead and break your hearts here. Anybody that listens to AM radio and, loves these guys, like, let's say Sean Hannity and what's that guy, Savage, that Savage guy, and, all these guys that are real popular. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and burst your bubble just real quick, like. And I'm going to tell you that these fucking dudes, these radio show host people, they're getting paid millions and millions of dollars. They're going to tell you, okay, what they are getting told to tell. Whatever their boss tells them to tell you, that's what they're going to say. Or they're not going to get their $1 million paycheck. Okay? They're not going to write their books and make them to be bestsellers because it's that guy. Okay? So don't think because these guys are for Trump, okay, or these guys are battling for you, bullshit. All right? They're part of the system. They're in the news system. They're part of the deal. They're getting paid millions of dollars while you're sitting on your ass starving. You're starving. Okay? All they are is quote unquote. Now remember this word. This is an important word to remember, everybody. Class is now open. Class is open for discussion. Okay, what these people are, quote unquote, entertainers. They are entertainers. They are here to entertain you. So, I'm driving down the road and I'm getting so depressed over this radio shit. Now, I've been tested for COVID virus 5 times. And everybody that knows me knows that I had the COVID virus. And this is, to me, this is my angle on it. This is what makes it really, really bad and scary, is the 24-hour, 7-day-a-week news media that is pushing this shit in your face and forcing you to listen to all this crap about it. I personally think that if they let it go and leave it loose like any other virus, that it wouldn't be this bad. But the situation is they won't do that. They're not going to do that. We're going to end this little subject here real quick. But I've been tested 5 times. I've never been charged. Okay? I've never been charged for it. I actually got confronted by somebody, and they said, "Do you want to make $1,500?" And I said, "How?" And they said, "If you donate your blood, you get paid $1,500 because you had the COVID virus." And I said, "No, I'm not going to do that. Fuck off." All right? It ain't going to happen. So anyway, I'm on the radio, and I know this is getting a little boring, so let me finish it off. And I don't know what talk show host it was, because I'm not into these talk show hosts, and I don't give a shit who they are or what they are. This talk show host guy, he says that the COVID virus testing is supposed to be free, and that he has got news from around the country and dozens and dozens of phone calls how people are getting charged for it. Anywhere from $1,000 to $1,100. And that the people that are getting charged are people that randomly went in there by themselves. They randomly went up there free and willing to get the test. And when they sign that paper, the next thing they know, they're getting a bill in the mail for $1,000. I mean, I've never been charged. Some Democrat lady, some California Democrat lady, I guess, things are getting out of hand in California. And, there's a big spike going on. And she got on there and she was blaming it on the Republican Party, that it's all the Republicans' fault. And, you know, let me tell you something, people, okay? Let me tell you this, okay? What you are witnessing out there in the world right now, and, okay, I'm talking about American politics right now, American politics. Because that right now is the biggest talked thing in the world. What you are witnessing and what you are watching is the biggest and most blown out of proportion soap opera movie that you will ever see in your life. Now, I'm going to throw you a little bit of theory action here. And some of you Trump supporters are going to get pissed off at my friend Pete. But I'm going to throw it out there. And I want to ask you what your opinion is on this. So what we've heard for the last 4 years, all we've heard about is socialism, communism, and, you know, everything's going to be free this, free that. And, you know, it's we're going to turn into the next Adolf Hitler country and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to ask you something. I'm going to ask you, okay, there was somebody out here. I'm going to ask you a little question. Do you think that this is a very highly detailed and structured, rigged system that we're living in, and that this has been going on for many, 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 many years, that it's been rigged for many years, and that the United States government isn't looking at it as a 4-year term. They're looking into the future 20, 30, 40 years from now and how they're going to structure it for that type of living then. And that's how they've been doing it all this time. So that's leading us into the situation that President Donald Trump is part of the system. He is out there doing all these mega rallies. Now hear me out here, okay? Before you start telling me to fuck off. He's out there doing all these mega rallies. He's making 10 or 12 YouTube videos a day, getting hundreds, thousands, and millions of hits. And he is out there filling our brains with what the United States government is going to do to you and me and the way that we live. So do you believe that he's possibly part of the plan and that he is set here to be the good guy, all right? Because people are listening to him, and you think that he's the good guy, and he's actually telling us all this shit because he's prepping us up for the future? I think as far as this socialism bullshit goes, and all this crap about we're going to get free colleges and we're getting free food and everything's going to be free in the world, I think Donald Trump, President Trump, is just as guilty as the rest of the scumbags in the swamp. The only difference between President Trump and the rest of the swamp is he's the good guy in the story. Always remember one thing. Whether you're watching a soap opera or you're watching a Clint Eastwood movie from 1964 or possibly a James Bond movie, all right? You know, James Bond, there's a good example. James Bond movie, good versus evil. You always got a good guy and you always got the bad guy. Good cop, bad cop. So you tell me, is President Trump, Donald Trump, innocent of everything that's going on right now? Or is he part of the system that is getting us lubed up for the situation that's getting ready to come our way? I'm going to go ahead and keep on with this little story here. Here's something else to think about. So the government's telling us, or that's what they say, okay, because this is all, to me, this is bullshit. I'm going to tell you my opinion. America will never fall to a socialized fucking citizenship. It'll never happen. There's no fucking way. Okay? All right? It's a scare tactic. All right? You want to control somebody? Do you want to control thousands and hundreds and millions of people? Scare them. Use a scare tactic like COVID-19 to control the population. I'm going to tell you right now, I ain't a dumbass. I ain't stupid. I ain't never been to college. But one thing I do is use my common sense. And 9 out of 10 times, your common sense is what's going to tell you what the truth is. So we're going to go on with this because I know everybody's out there scared shitless that we're going to be a socialist country and, you know, go communist and all that. And I'm going to tell you why it's never going to happen. The truck drivers that are sitting in these trucks out here, all these truck drivers you see here drive a truck to make a paycheck. All right, here's where it starts. So you got the truck driver driving the company truck that's hauling the goods inside that truck that are going to the stores to be dispersed to you and me. Do you think the truck driver is going to drive that truck for free? Do you think he's going to deliver them goods to the store for free? Let's go a little farther. Let's go a little farther. The truck that he's driving belongs to a corporation, a company. Do you think that they got to pay for diesel fuel, they got to pay for insurance on that truck, they got to pay for everything on the truck? So, let me get this straight. They're going to deliver all that stuff for free, so you and me can get it for free. The company, the manufacturer company that builds those trucks is going to build the trucks for free. And all the people that are working in the factory building, they're going to work for free. And everything's going to be free. Am I making sense here, people? Am I making sense here? Nothing is going to be free. You got these fucking idiots out there. Did I say fucking idiots? Yes, I did. You got these fucking idiots out there that owe the government hundreds and thousands and millions of dollars for going to college. They got Pell Grants. They got government loans. And these jerkwads, these jackwagons that are in the government are telling all these people, you don't have to, we're going to let you, we're not going to make you pay that money. You get to go to college for free. Okay. So I guess the teachers are going to teach for free. I guess the pencil and papers that they use and the books they use in the schools, those are free. I guess the people that made those books, they're doing that for free. Do you see the domino effect here? It will never fucking work, okay? All right, they're going to take our guns. Are you joking me? You're shitting me, right? They're going to come in and take everybody's guns. Like everybody's just going to stand up and say, here's my gun, officer, take it. Oh, I got 37 more pistols and rifles and ammunition down in my basement. Let me go get those for you. It'll never happen, folks. It's a scare tactic. It's a situation like the COVID-19 that says, if you can scare them, you can control them. But that's just a conspiracy, listen close, conspiracy theory. Now, Trump and all the people that are fighting the system to show everybody this is a rigged system, which I already knew it was rigged. Okay, this is bullshit. It's been rigged since the beginning of presidency in the United States. Okay, people, do you really think that your vote counts? Did you ever think in your life, answer this question, Did you ever think that one time in your life your vote actually counted? Trust me, your vote does not count, and it ain't never counted. The only reason they're letting you vote is to make you feel like you're an important person, but to them, you're not. You're not. Trust me, okay? I'm telling you. They don't give a shit about you. Even the person that won, that you voted for, doesn't give a shit about you. But remember this, you always got to have the good guy that everybody trusts and loves to have the bad guy that everybody hates. It's kind of like God and the devil. It's all about good and bad, people. And if you don't have the good, you can't have the bad. And vice versa. That's all I can say about it. I can go on, and I can, ruin my breath and scratch my voice over the situation, but it doesn't do any good. Let me ask you this. Okay, where's the 74 million people that voted for Trump? Where are they fucking hiding? Why aren't they, that 74 million people, that's a lot of people that can literally cause some damage here. I mean, if the world is so pissed off, if America's so pissed off, where are 74 million people that voted for him, and why aren't they standing up for their rights and doing what they need to do to get the job done right? Because it's our country, not theirs. And if these 74 million people that voted for Trump would stand up and say, this is my country, not yours. I put you in office. You didn't put yourself there. I think things would change, but it's never going to happen. They had a 1 million man march in Washington, D.C. for Trump, and it didn't do shit. You can have 60 million people march, and it ain't going to do shit. If 74 million people stood up and made a wall and said, you're going to do what we tell you to do, it might work. Because I don't even think the United States Armed Forces has 74 million people in it. But it'll never happen. This is Pete. We're at a truck stop over here. Actually, it's a rest area. But this is the Millennial Truck Stop. This is a Millennial Truck Stop we're in. I remember the good old days. You go to a truck stop, and it was a giant gas station, fuel station, and then you'd have inside, you'd have the showers, you'd have the bathrooms, you'd have the lounge, you'd have, all this cool shit for truck drivers. There's something else. Let me tell you something. Truck drivers used to be heroes. Okay? Back in the 70s, a truck driver was the king of the road. He was the hero of the road. Because back then, a truck driver was a real fucking man. I was going to town one morning last week. We're talking in Moab, so I was leaving my house, and I'm going down 191 there. And there's like 4 18-wheelers behind me. And then the medium, okay, and I'm sure everybody's seen this, it's a big wide medium, and it's called a turn lane medium. And that means that, you pull in that lane to make a turn. You don't pull in that lane to pass people up. Here comes this fucking 18-wheeler going like 70 miles an hour down the center median, passing everybody up like he owns the fucking road. And by the time he ended up passing us all up, he had to slam on his fucking brakes because the speed limit was 35 fucking miles an hour. I pulled up to him and looked up into the truck, and it was this punk ass. He looked like he was 22 years old. He had fucking dreadlocks. He had his phone in one hand, driving with the other hand, doing this shit in a fucking 18-wheeler rig. I called the company up. I called the company up on the fucking phone. The lady answers, and I said, you have a truck out here, and on the door it said Tom, I think it was Tom Williams or Tim Williams. It was on the door. Do you have a driver? No, we don't. No. And then I said, okay, is this GMG or whatever the name was? Yeah, this is them. I said, your driver's out here driving recklessly. Well, you got the wrong truck, okay? That ain't our truck. Well, who are you talking about? Da. I said, okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to call the local authorities. I'm going to call the state troopers. Do whatever you want. We don't give a fuck. And she hung up on me. We might not have socialism in our country, and I don't believe we will. I think it's bullshit. But I'll tell you something we will have. And it starts with an H and ends with an E, and it's called hate. We got more hate in America than I've ever seen in my whole fucking life. We got more self-centered, vain people in the world than I've ever seen in my life. I'm not going to sit here and say it's because of the internet. I'm not going to do that. I am going to say it's because people don't give a shit anymore. I was just telling you about the truck driver. Used to be the king of the road. If you were broke down on the side of the road, the first person that would pull over is a truck driver. A truck driver would pull over and help you out and do whatever he had to do. If you were stranded and you went up to a truck driver and said, hey buddy, I'm stranded, I don't have any money, I need to get to, wherever I need to get to, can you give me a ride? Sure, come on, get inside, let's go. But you can't do that anymore because of the hate, the self-centered, vain, scumbag people in the world. And this political jargon crap that's going on right now, okay, is making the hate worse. Because I'm talking about you're listening to it. You're listening to it. You're breathing it. You're putting it in your mind. You're going to sleep with it. And it makes you hate. You're turning against your brothers and your sisters in life. My suggestion is to do what my friend Pete does. Don't listen to the fucking news. Who gives a shit who the president is? And get on with fucking life. But it's hard to do. I talk to people that all they do is watch the news. That's it. That's all they do. If they're in their truck, they're listening to AM radio. If they're at home, they're watching CNN or some other bullshit. It's like you're an alcoholic to news. But then on the other hand, you call me up and bitch and complain to me how fake the news is. What the fuck? Why are you watching it? Why are you listening to it? If it's so fake, get on with your life and do your own thing and don't worry about them. Truck drivers today, and I'm going to tell you this from experience, don't give a shit about you. Truck drivers today are rude, they're inconsiderate, and they are fucking road hogs. I don't know how many times I have been on the road and almost got ran over and killed by these fucking guys. Now, I'm not going to say every single one of them is that way. I'm not going to put every single truck driver in the category, but I am going to say most of them. Now, I've met a lot of cool people that are truck drivers. Don't get me wrong. But the truck drivers that they are hiring now, these corporations, even the trucking industry is totally different. The trucking industry is like, back in the day, you used to own your own truck and your own trailer, and then you'd get your own loads. Nowadays, that shit ain't happening. You're driving for a corporation, all right? But anyway, the world is changing. And if you follow the leader, okay, if you follow the leader, you're going to change with them. If you step out of line and you get back on the 2-lane highway instead of riding on the one-way street, your life isn't going to change. You're going to be the same person you've always been. But as long as you're following the leader, and I'm going to let you make your mind up who the leader is, you're going to be a fucking loser. Right now, they got everybody hyped up on this COVID-19, and I'm going to tell you something. I was sick with it for approximately 4 to 5 days. I already had something else going on with me when I got it. And to me, what I had, okay, I had like a heat stroke going on. I think that was actually worse than the COVID-19 deal. I just happened to get that while I was sick. I mean, I don't know what to say about the COVID-19 thing, okay? I mean, I got it. I'm alive. I survived. A lot of people have gotten it and haven't survived, but you got to look at the stats here. People that got it and haven't survived it are people that probably would never even survive a pneumonia. Now you think about that one real hard. This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. We're over here at the big truck stop. I don't know if you can see the lights over there. My voice is dry and I don't want to lose my voice, so I'm going to let y'all go. And if you're out on the road late at night like my friend Pete is, get your phone out, open up a YouTube channel, and let's talk. We'll see you later. Take it easy. We're on our way to Dallas, Texas to drop off a 1958 Etzel desk. We're going to walk outside and look at that real quick before I hang up. Hang on 1 second here. Okay, the light's on it so we can look at it. Let me go ahead and walk over there. My fucking knee hurts. They're telling me I got arthritis. I'm not fucking going for it. So here's our Etzel desk, heading to Dallas, Texas. And I think the owner's gonna like it. We'll see you later, and always remember one thing. Can I get back in my truck, please? Can I? Thank you. Okay, there we go. Son of a bitch. Yeah, it smells like a truck stop out here. Diesel fuel fucking heaven. That's what's going on. Okay, people. I've been on here a long time. I mean, you know, let me tell you something about these live videos. You better know how to talk and keep the conversation going, because it's not like I'm sitting here talking with anybody else. So you really got to have a good imagination to do this. Once again, I don't like making live videos, but it seems that everybody else likes the live videos. So we're going to, you know, throw these live videos, keep coming at you. I'm going to ask everybody to leave a comment below. We've talked about a lot of stuff, but I want to know your opinion on the theory. Is Trump part of this conspiracy to get this ball rolling, America and socialism type deal? Is Trump part of that? I think he is. I think that, you know, he is it with the government. The government is corrupt. You always got to have a good guy and a bad guy. And I don't want anybody out there to get mad at me. This is just my thoughts, okay? You know, anything that happens in life, there's always got to be a good guy, bad guy situation. So I'm going to ask you, do you think Trump is part of the system that is trying to lead us down the socialism highway? This is Pete, my friend Pete, your friend Pete. I'm signing out. Take it easy. Sorry I couldn't answer any questions. It's hard to read all this little script stuff here. Think about it. Think about what I'm telling you here. Maybe something you never thought about, okay? But you know what? It could be actually really, really the truth. Take it easy, guys.